Forming a business in the United States as a non resident is easier than many people think, and it can unlock major advantages. Whether you want to sell to US customers, access Stripe, PayPal, or Amazon, or gain international credibility, setting up a US LLC or corporation is a smart move in 2025. This guide walks you through every step, from choosing the right structure to opening a business bank account and staying compliant with US tax laws. Why non residents form US businesses. Thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners outside the United States choose to form US entities each year. Why? Access to US payment systems: Stripe, PayPal, Shopify, Amazon. Increased trust and credibility with global clients, legal protection and limited liability, easier to work with US based partners and investors, a stable legal and banking system. You do not need to be a US citizen or have a US visa to open a business. Many online businesses and service providers around the world operate under a US registered LLC or corporation. Choose the right business structure: LLC versus corporation. The two most common types of business entities for non residents are LLC, limited liability company, easier to manage, pass through taxation, flexible ownership; C corporation, separate tax entity, better for raising venture capital, more formal requirements. For most non residents, an LLC is the best choice, especially for single member businesses. It's simpler to manage and avoids double taxation. However, if you're seeking outside investors, issuing stock, or planning to keep profits in the business, a C corporation, often formed in Delaware, might be the better option. Pick the best state for formation. You can register your LLC or corporation in any state, regardless of where you live. The most popular options for non residents are Delaware, investor friendly, strong legal protections, low court delays; Wyoming, low annual fees, privacy protection; New Mexico, anonymity, does not require listing member names; Florida, popular for those with Latin American clients or ties. Tip: if you don't plan to open a physical location in the US, choose a state like Delaware or Wyoming. If you plan to have a US office or staff, register in that state directly. Appoint a registered agent and file formation documents. Every US business must have a registered agent, a person or company with a physical address in the state of formation who can receive official mail. You'll also need to file articles of organization for LLC, articles of incorporation for corporation. Most states allow this to be done online, and the approval process typically takes 1 to 10 business days. Common mistake: using a virtual mailbox as your registered agent. This can lead to rejection or compliance issues. Apply for an EIN from the IRS, even without SSN ITIN. The EIN, Employer Identification Number, is like a social security number for your business. It is required to open a bank account, file taxes, and operate legally. Good news: you can apply for an EIN without a social security number or ITIN. File IRS Form SS4 and indicate you are a foreign applicant. Submit via fax or mail. Online application is not available for foreign individuals. Time frame: 4 to 8 weeks. Avoid rejections. Make sure your LLC or corporation is approved before applying. Double check the EIN application for US address formatting and ownership information. Set up a US business bank account. To operate smoothly, you'll need a US business checking account. Most banks require approved LLC or corporation documents: EIN confirmation letter, passport, and proof of identity. Business plan or website. While some banks require you to visit in person, others, like Mercury Relay or Wise Business, allow remote onboarding for non-residents. Tip: choose a fintech option if you can't travel to the US. They're fast, secure, and designed for online businesses. Understand tax and compliance obligations. Even if you are a non-resident and don't live in the US, your business will still have tax and reporting obligations. LLCs must file Form 5472 plus Proforma 1120 annually if owned by one foreign person. Corporations must file Form 1120 and may be subject to U.S. corporate tax. Annual state filings, franchise tax, annual reports, varies by state. BOI, beneficial ownership information, report, required under the Corporate Transparency Act as of 2024. Work with a CPA or firm experienced in non-resident owned U.S. businesses to stay compliant and avoid penalties. Starting a U.S. company as a non-resident in 2025 is not only possible, it's smart. With the right guidance, you can form your LLC or corporation, get an EIN, open a bank account, and operate globally with confidence.